Can you introduce yourself, please?
Okay, hi Julia. My name is Andrea Villamil. I live in Colombia. I'm from Colombia, and I'm really happy to be with you, just trying to figure it out what is a Colombian and what is the reality in Colombia, because most of the people has stereotypes about this country, and I wanted to give you a little bit more details about what Colombia and a Colombia, what is Colombia.
Can you reveal most common stereotypes about Colombia and Colombian people in general that you heard or you know?
Okay, well, unfortunately, most common stereotypes about my country, of course, is drugs and cocaine. Some people think that everybody here in Colombia dance very good, and that's not true. Maybe the stereotypes is about the huge variety of forests and jungle that we have. I mean, the nature that we have because of the Amazon, river and this part of Colombia. And maybe the emeralds. Maybe those are the most common. And of course, the skin color. Most of the people think that here in Colombia, everybody's black skin or, this kind of like brownie skin. I don't know. Is the most common stereotypes. Yeah.
But you would say that all of these stereotypes isn't true. It's not.
Of course not. Of course not. So if you want to know more about a country, you must visit the country or at least try to meet the people of the country. So of course, in a time here in Colombia, we have many cartels of cocaine. We have many drugs interchanges. But the situation right now is that in most of the country is not avoid, of course. Most of the people work in many different industries and different tasks people do. Regarding to the dance and things like that, yes, it's because it's part of being a Latin person. I mean, we can say that in Latin America, people is more happy. And it's just like a stereotype, but I realized when I was in another countries that is kind of true, because we are more relaxed. We are more, just living a good life, no worry about everything, despite that we have many things that are very dangerous, very worry. We try to give a good face, a good smile to the others, and try to face the problem in a very good way. So we are very happy in general in Latin America. We are happy, and that's part of our personality. That's why we are so fresh, maybe more like active and more funny, more explosive. Even for the dances, we have many dances here. Most of the common maybe is the salsa that is in a city that is called Cali. So it's very common. Dancing salsa is very difficult. Not all the Colombians dance very well. I'm included in that. Colombians that are not good in dancing, but at least we dance better than in Europe or in United States, which is funny. Yeah, it's like a part of you. Just being Colombian is like have this part in your body, even when you are not the best dancer. So yeah.
And what type of dance you usually dance in Colombia, and what music people usually listen? Like reggaeton, salsa?
Oh yeah. Well, another stereotype is that reggaeton. So here in Colombia is very known, the reggaeton, of course, but there are some other people that don't like. So when you listen to reggaeton, maybe the music, the beat, it's very easy to follow the dance moves, but when you listen to lyrics, it's not the best. Actually, I don't like. I'm more with other genres, but it's very contagious. But it is if you listen to lyrics, oh my God, just try to look one of the most famous songs and then translate the lyrics, and you will realize
sexualize, right? The
Yeah,
lyrics
exactly. Most of the lyrics talks about woman as an object. So it's I don't know. I don't like it, but unfortunately, is the most common outside. Of course, we have many other dances, but are more typical. And actually, that is part of the geography. I wanted to clarify something. Here in Colombia, we are around 50 million people, but we are very, very different because of the geography is completely different, and thanks to the history as well. So, for example, we are in the very part north of South America. So we are in the middle of two oceans. We are in the Pacific and in the Atlantic. So we are like a gate, like a door between South America and Central and North America. So the geography is completely different. We have a change of mountains that comes up from Argentina, that is Los Andes. Maybe you have know about it.
Yeah.
And here in Colombia, is like the end of this chain of mountains that is divided in three. So it comes very, very big, very wide from the south and going up, and here is divided in three. So we have many mountains here, and of course we have something that we call páramos. Is a kind of mountain very high. There is no snow, but it's very cold, and it's where it is produced the water. So this is very cold. And on the other hand, we have the coast. So it's just near to the ocean. So it means that the culture, the food, everything is different than the people who lives in the mountains.
Yeah.
I live in the mountains, so my life is completely different to the people who lives in the coast. So thanks to this huge variety of geography, and thanks to the culture, because I let you know, here in Colombia, I'm talking about the century 10 more or less, used to be a lot of indigents, many different kind of indigents, not only one, but many communities. And then when the Spanish conquerors arrived, they used to come with the slaves from Africa. So right now we have three different people, right? So we have the Africans, which are tall and black skin. We have the Spanish people that are white skin and middle size. And we have the indigents that are like, like a brown skin, not very dark, but brown. And they used to be short. So if we mix this kind of people, we have so many different people here in Colombia. And that's why when some people meet me, they say, but you're very white. And I say, well, here in Colombia, we have many people white, and it's very normal. But the thing is that the difference is, because, for example, in my case, I'm very white, just like maybe like a Spanish, but I'm very short, like an indigent. So we have a huge variety of people, thanks to, as I told you, thanks to the history and thanks to the geography. And that's why we have different food, different culture. It's not the same talking with me or talking with someone who lives in the coast or talking to someone who lives in the Amazon. We have many, many different people. So of course the food is different, the culture is different, and the music, of course, is different.
Yeah, very interesting. The diversity of the culture, then it's very interesting. So, and can you please explain me a little bit about your life and your experience of living in Colombia? In general, in the area where you live, can you tell me, maybe highlight the positive and negative, more difficult parts of living in the area where you live right now?
Okay. So the first thing is that most of the people think that here in Colombia live in a jungle or in a forest or something like that, which is not true. Most of the people live in cities, big cities. Actually, our capital has around 8 million people, which is the population of Switzerland. So we have very big cities. Where I live right now, as I told you, is in the middle of the mountains. So it's pretty cold. Not very, very cold, but cold enough to use a jacket. Right now we are at noon, so it's sunny outside, but here is cold. living here is very, very nice. Is depending on where you are. Of course, there are some places that are dangerous because we have some travels in between the army and the one thing that we call guerrillas, that are like an army, but the rebel army. In the 80s years, in those years, the conflict was very high, but nowadays it's very controlled. It's not like we don't have violence. Of course, there are some people in very, very places, in very far places, but living here is very normal, is very tranquilized, is no travel. The only travel that I have is with my neighborhood because we are not agreed with what color of the next, I don't know, the next pants we are going to use. Is not very serious travels. So some people say that, oh my God, Colombia is very dangerous. No, it's not true. You can come here, of course. You need to be with a tour guide or with a, I don't know, with a friend, with a family friend to give you a guide. Because of course, as in most of the cities, we have stealers, we have people who want just to take your things, your baggage, but it's not, you know, it's not very common and it's not the situation all the time. So just to take care and to be with a good guide, it's okay. And in my case, a normal life, I have a car, I use it to go to my job. It's an office just like a normal people. I live in the country part because I decided to live in that part. Thanks to the pandemic, most of the people realized that they don't feel very good living in a small apartment. So they start to buy in more houses outside the city. So that's why we live in middle of the forest, but it's not common. Actually, just most of the rich people lives in this part because they are more, you know, they have big houses, like chalets, like, you know, which is very, very nice to live in these kind of houses. But not all the people live just like that. It's just like a normal apartment. Yeah.
And talking right now, you told me about you surrounded with the nature. Next to you is nature. Can we talk a little bit about nature in Colombia in general?
That is something which is very specific in Colombia. We don't have seasons. So which is normal to Europe or United States to have winter and summer and so on. We don't have season. We don't know the snow. The only snow that we know is when we open the refrigerator and there is this white thing in the refrigerator. So that is our snow. So we have a season of rain and a season of sun. That's everything that we have. So there is a time of the year that every single day rains, and there is another that is very sunny all the day, but it's not just like a summer and a winter. So we don't have that. Why? Because we are in the middle of the planet. As high as you live or low as you live, you are going to have the season. But for those countries that we live in the middle, we don't have that. And that's why we are more rich in terms of nature, in terms of animal, in flora, and you know, actually, well, we have many different types of nature. Is not only like many trees and that's it. We have different kind of forests depending on the highest of the mountains. So for example, the most common forest is of course the Amazons or the Amazonia region, which is pretty close to Brazil. So there is the Amazon River, there is a jungle there. They have different wild animals. And in the middle of the mountains, you are going to find just forests with some bears, but actually there are bears different that you can find in Europe or the United States. We don't have the big bears or something like that. Yeah, we have the small one. Many different types of tigers and, you know, felines in general.
Mhm.
And there are many different animals and butterflies. Actually, Colombia is very known to the huge variety of butterflies and snakes, frogs. You know, we have a huge variety in animals and in flora. And that's why we are developing right now the bird watching, because Colombia is very known to the birds. So the idea is to develop this kind of exercising just to watch these birds flying and so on. So we are very rich. And of course, depending on where you are, as I told you, depending if you are in the highest mountain or just near the beach, you are going to find different animals.
Yeah, I understand. And in area where you live, did you ever face any dangerous animals?
Well, yes, but it's not common. It's not like I awake this morning and having a shower and then I look out the window and saw this animal. No, it doesn't. It never happens. But I am a tour guide as well. So I used to take the tourists to these kind of places that I told you, the páramos. So in these places is over the 3,000 meters over the sea level. So there they used to live a kind of bird that is, as I told you, it's small and some kind of felines, but it's just like, I don't know, 50 meters away. So it's not very dangerous because we take care about where places we can visit and where places is common to find this kind of animals. But yeah, it's not common to find this kind of animals, but we can find if we look and if we look close.
I understand. And I heard that in Colombia you have many national parks.
Yeah, right? That's right. And that's, as I told you, is very common to have the páramos, because the páramos is a very high place where, as I told you, there is no snow, but it's cold enough to use a lot of jackets, to use boots, you know, different boots. And so actually, when the Europeans or Americans come here, they usually use the clothes that you use in winter or something like that, because it's okay for that kind of places. Yeah. So we have páramos everywhere, and we need to take care of them because, as I told you, in these places is where the water it comes from, you know. So I want that you show these places, and we have an endemic plant that is called frailejón. The Speletia is the scientific name. And this plant is very important for us. Actually, our coins have different models of our plants, animals, and, you know, the important things. There is the frog, there is the frailejón, there is important people in the bills, but in the coins it's just animals.
It's so cute.
It's pretty nice, yeah.
Yeah. And can you explain me what mean liquid rainbow? This is something in Colombia that liquid rainbow river or something like that, that the river have different colors.
Yeah, I got it. There is a part that is called the Rainbow River, as you said, and it's because in that part of Colombia, in this specific river, the rocks on the river and the algas in the river are very different, and it mixes like with the sunlight and, you know, the different minerals and the different elements that you can find in this part. And that's why where you can find the blue color, the red, the yellow, actually, yeah, it's like 5 or 7, I don't remember, but it's pretty nice. We have many places, amazing places in nature that we have and we can visit. Yes, that exists. And it's really the difference. It's really a good difference between the colors. I mean, between the green is a very green, is a good blue and a good red and in the same place, which is amazing.
Oh, cat is so cute.
Yeah. the wild animals that you're going to find here.
Yeah. So sweet.
Yeah.
Can you name most important celebrations for Colombian people?
Okay, good. Well, regarding to celebrations, we have many, actually, in the calendar, we have many celebration, and even we have holidays thanks to those celebrations. So maybe we can look even lazy thanks to the celebrations. The most common, the carnivals, for example, the carnival of Barranquilla is a city, very common. So you have many people with costumes, music festival, you know, everything that is in a carnival. We have, for example, the carnival of flowers in Medellin, which is another city. We have the carnival of blacks and whites. It's a celebration in the south of the country. It's about the culture and the mixture that I already told you. We have, I don't remember the name, it's like Green Moon. Yeah, actually that is the name in English, Green Moon.
Green Moon.
It's in San Andres Island, because San Andres Island is a place where actually most of the people speaks not only Spanish but also English, because the location of this island is more in the central of America. So thanks to the geography, they speak English, and they have this kind of Caribbean celebration. Well, Bogota, that is the capital, has many celebrations. Actually, Bogota is known as a very cultural city. There are many festivals. Actually, right now there is the book celebration is like, what is the name in English? Spanish, La Feria del Libro. It's like the book fair. But they have the fair of theater, you know, different cultural experiences, because Bogota is very historic, very cultural. It's known for that. So yes, that is maybe the most common, but of course, in the whole country, we have even more celebration. And actually, we are a Catholic country, so we have many celebration regarding to this religion. So we have the party to the mother, the Virgin Mary, or, you know, different virgins that we have, different saints, different, you know, Catholic things. And depending on where you are, there are people that are very Catholic, so they celebrate in different ways. The Holy Week, for example, is pretty important here.
But it's really too many, and you have like government give the holidays like 3 days in this in every of the holidays you have weekends, right?
Yeah, that's why, as I told you, we have many holidays.
Yeah.
So depending on where you are, but for example, Holy Week is the mandatory for the whole country. But for example, the days that you are celebrating the Carnival of Barranquilla, only in Barranquilla city is holiday, because the rest of the country, of course, we continue working. And the same with the other festivals, but we try to celebrate the Catholic festivals at the same times in holidays.
Could you please explain me a little bit about some rituals and traditions that Colombians have?
Well, that's a very good question, actually. It's just like superstition and things like that, no? Well, this answer is very spontaneous, but right now what I remember is that there are some places in Colombia which is just like IT, you know, the country. Some people practice like this kind of black magic, you know, the witch, things like that. So in that places, I have never seen that kind of things, but in that places is very common. And of course, the rituals that the people have in this part of Colombia, that is actually called Llanos Orientales, is another different geography here in Colombia. So the rituals are just like going to the church every single Sunday, like protect your house with salt, because it is supposed that the witches can enter if your house or your door is covered with salt.
And people really do it.
Yeah, that's very curious. But actually, some friend of mine told me about these kind of things, this kind of women, and of course they are not saying lies. I mean, it's kind of difficult to understand when you have never seen these kind of things. But my friends tell me, hey, that is real. The black magic exists, and the witches are very you know, like a woman, and they are very real. So it's difficult to understand. For me, it's difficult because I have never seen this kind of things, but that happens. And also in the coast, you know, so the people who live there used to believe in this kind of magic. But the rest of the country, well, depending on your family, depending on your culture. In my case is, for example, not cross behind a stairs. You know, this kind of stairs that are just that you can move the stairs to move. So you never need to pass in you know, behind the stair, because you are going to have a bad luck. Not to open an umbrella in the house is ridiculous, but that is. Some people as normal, the black cat. So if you cross a black cat, is bad luck, but it's not true, because actually I have a black cat and I'm very lucky. What else? Like not to have scissors, open scissors in your table where you eat the dinner, because it's bad luck. You know, it's different superstition, but not all the people. It's not like most of the people do these kind of things, but it's just some of the people. And related to what we normally do, it's not about superstition, but what a normal Colombian do every day, for example, of course, is drinking coffee. But one of the stereotypes, by the way, that we have is, of course, the quality of our coffee. But in my opinion and in my point of view, we have the best coffee for exportation. And we have the worst coffee for us. So most of the people is not used to have a good coffee, a very black coffee. Actually, the Americans used to like the black coffee, but here is very sweet and very light. So it's like, you're not drinking coffee. Come on, we're Colombians, but you are not drinking the real coffee. So it's pretty common that. And on the other hand, most of our dishes, I mean, the meals are very sweet. So which is for the Mexican spicy, is for Colombian sweet. So I remember when I lived in Mexico, then I give to my friends, my Mexican friends, some Colombian food, and they say, this is very sweet. And I say, no, this is just a normal lunch. But maybe because they are used to the spicy, it looks like a kind of sweet. And actually, I realized that could be true. I'm not saying that we are using sugar to everything, but the taste of our food can be light and can be, you know, like sweet. Yeah. So it's pretty common to have different sweets here.
And what is the most famous dishes in Colombia? Very tasty one. What the common Colombian eat during the day?
Okay, again, depending on where you are, because if you're living in the coast, of course, we have different fish dishes. If you are living in middle of the mountains, we have many soups with a lot of meat. potatoes. Actually, where I live is the place where more potatoes are. We have something that we call yuca, plantain. We have a lot of plantains, which is this green banana that is
Green
fried.
banana and spill. It tastes like I tried it in Dominican Republic. It's very tasty. When you fried it, it's same like potato, right? It
Yeah,
tastes like
exactly.
fried potato.
And it's sweet. So it's pretty common. Talking about the lunch time is completely different to the other countries because, for example, again, comparing to Mexico, the people have lunch at 3 o'clock, and I was, oh my God, I'm starving. And when I live in United States, I realized that people don't have lunch. They only have a very good meal around 6 p.m. because they don't have time, to have a lunch. Here in Colombia, the food is, it's unforgettable. You need to take your breakfast at 7 to 9. Then you have lunch at noon, so around 12 and 2. And in the evening, you have the dinner from 7 to 9. But in the middle of every big meals, we can have something that we call onces, that is like a break, like a snack. The most common to have for snacks is empanadas, which is a kind of bread, but inside is full of rice with chicken, could be beef, different kind of things. There are some people who used to eat the 5 meals and some others that just eat the 3, depending on your stomach. But the thing is that we eat a lot and we eat very, very good, we are very rich in fruits and in food. So depending on where you are going to eat different, but the time is the same. The time is just the breakfast in the morning, the lunch at noon, and the dinner wherever depending, whenever you want.
Very interesting. And can you please explain me if you have specific traditions around marriage? Because I know that in some country sometimes it's very interesting. So I wanted to know if Colombians have specific, like before marriage rituals or after marriage, or even that ceremony itself, it's somehow unique. Can you explain a little bit about it?
Well, as I told you, we are Catholic. Most of the country is Catholic. So our celebration is Catholic in a church. Regarding to this tradition is, for example, that the bride needs to use something that is a gift from other person, especially from the mother. Like the shoes or the special part of the dress, or something that she uses for the hair, different things. Not to watch the person you are going to marry in 24 hours before. Good question. Well, it's just that, and not to be with a white dress, just like because you are going to be like another center of attention. So the bride is the bride, and you need to respect that. And that's it. There is not a lot of rituals that we have in weddings. It's just a normal party, and what is very common is the big food, because everybody is like, we're going to a wedding. Okay, what is going to be in the food? What are we going to eat? So people here goes to the party because of the food and because of the beer. So it's just like, okay, let's eat and drink a lot, and that's it. So that's why we're so funny.
Yeah, and do you Americanize in the point of, for example, before getting married, the man giving the ring to the girl? Do you Americanize, like you still giving this ring with diamond?
Yeah,
Same,
it's
right?
exactly the same. It's just like you think maybe that in Colombia there are many different rituals, and it's not just like that. Actually, we're very Americanized, as you
Yeah.
say, because all the weddings that we are we watch in the movies is exactly the same here. So the bride walks with the father to the priest, and this person gives the daughter to the groom, and everything is exactly the same. The ring, the speech that you are going to say, hey, we are going to be in the goods and in the bad moments and blah blah blah. Yeah, it's exactly the same.
And talking about people in general in Colombia, previously you told me that people in Colombia in general more more happy as in your point of view. And can you then tell me how for person who is not from Colombia perfectly fit in Colombian society, how to act or how to look, or what you should to always remember and do with the people around you to be accepted by Colombian society?
Okay, so first of all is that the Colombians are very open to other cultures. Actually, if a Russian girl just like you comes here, you are completely accepted because we love to meet other cultures. Actually, there is a kind of like, how can I explain that? It's just like everybody is going to be very attentive to the foreigners. So it's just like maybe, I think, in my opinion, Colombians are very, very attentive to the foreigners and not to the other Colombians. It's maybe because they look other cultures like you are the best, and wow, there is a foreign in my country. Of course, we have many foreigners here, but once you arrive here, you are going to be the point of attention of everybody. On the other hand, related to what you say, what is a Colombian common, or what fits perfectly to be a Colombian? First is the kind of idioms that we have. So it is going to take more time to learn all the idioms that we have, because again, is depending on the area where you are going to find many different idioms. Actually, despite that we speak Spanish, sometimes I listen people from other cultures and I say, I don't have any idea what you say, because it's just different names of the things, different names of the situation, and I say, you speak Spanish, but I don't understand you. So it's just to learn the idioms. Maybe learn to dance for some people, and just to act relaxed. It's because most of the foreigners come here very attentive to everything, because they are, like, everything is dangerous, so I need to be careful everywhere, wherever I am. So it's not necessary, just relax. Of course you need to be careful because you need to know where is your pocket and your cell phone, but just relax. We are here and we live very nice here, so just live nice. That's it.
Can you describe Colombian personality in few words?
Okay, so Colombians are happy, very relaxed. For me, definitely enough relaxed, even lazy. We are we love food, it's food lovers. And we work hard despite of the situation sometimes could be difficult. We look the work wherever it is, so we never stop, just move and face the problems, and we try to solve and figure it out. What is the next day? What is the next work? That is a Colombian.
Colombian family-oriented country Like family is very important for Colombian people, or they more individual and self-centered?
Actually, that is part of being Latin American. Our family is the most important thing. So, for example, when I talk with some friends in Germany or in Europe in general, they are very cold, you know, they are very individual. So, because even when the people is married, they used to sleep in separate beds. And I was, what? Here in Colombia and in Latin America, so as I told you, the family is the first, it's like the most important things. And depending on the families, of course, there are some that are just like very close friends and they celebrate everything. Actually, one of the biggest celebration is on December. So we celebrate Christmas, just similar to the American celebration, but it's not the 25th, but it's on the 24th at midnight. And of course, a lot of food, and of course, a lot of drinks. But the family is the most important. So yes, and actually, animals in families are very important too. So the dogs. This is the dog Firulais, and this is the Firulais is a very common name in Spanish. And actually, it's a bad Firulais. Yeah, it's a bad translation of English, free of lies. That is a bad translation. So Firulais is very important for the family. So these kind of dogs are in every celebration, in every journey, you know, everywhere. Cats as well, you know, animals are pretty important.
And family usually,
oh my God, it's so cute. And usually families have a lot of animals in Colombia, like cats.
Depending on where you live. What is common and is normal just to have a cat or a dog, depending if you are a dog person or a cat person. When you live in an apartment, you just can have one animal, one pet. In my case, I have 5 cats and 3 dogs, so I love animals. And I had even a pig and things like that, 2 horses. Depending on where you live, you are going to have more animals or not.
You have pigs and horses?
Yeah. Just one pig.
One pig.
A black pig. Yeah. But it's just because I live in the countryside, as I told you, but it's not common that everybody has a pig. Or maybe if you're a farmer, of course you have pigs. But the most common pets are cats and dogs, of course.
Now I want to jump and talk about love and relationship in Colombia. Can you please name positive and negative side of dating person from your country?
Okay, so as I told you, we are very relaxed, and of course in the relationships are the same. So it's the same. So the thing is that we live very fast, very funny. So we try to be very romantic with the other. So if we compare the relations of Colombians to the relations to the, I don't know, the Europeans, we are very romantic and very detailist. So we care about to have roses for the woman, to open the door of the car. Not all the men do these kind of things, but they try to be gentlemen. They care about the women. They care to pay the bill, to take care in general. And the woman is very attentive to the guy. I mean, the woman normally take care of what he needs. Maybe if the good if the meal is okay, if you want something else, do you want some water, honey? Do you want some, I don't know, do you want a dessert? Do you want something else? It's just like, the care of the other. But yeah, the relationship is very important. We are very close. It's not the situation for everybody, but it's common to show the love not only to our families, as I already explained, but also to our couple.
I understand. And what can you name difficult parts of dating person from your country?
Got it. It's because, as I told you, the Europeans, for example, can be very cold, you know. It's like, I already say that I love you, so what else do you want? And here is, come on, don't talk to me that way. Be nice with me, bring me flowers, open the door of the car, you know, be attentive, be very detailed. So maybe for the other people, the foreigners, it's not common, this kind of details. But here, if you want to be with a Colombian girl, you need to be very detailed, very romantic, and as well with a guy from here. Actually, for most of the people, it's very important to dance very well. It's not a must, but it's important for most of the people. So yeah, that is the clue for being a good couple for a Colombian, is just to be romantic.
And dance good.
Absolutely.
Can you please describe some of the beauty standards in Colombia?
Okay, well, that is a good question. Here in Colombia, the women, we really like to be very, you know, have our hair very presented, to have jewelry, to have make on the face. It's very important to be very beauty. The most common things that you're going to find, like as stereotypes, is, for example, the blonde girls are more beautiful than the others that not. Of course, there are many people who is black hair, and it's very, very nice. But the blonde hair is like, she's a blonde girl, you know, it's like nice. Maybe because of the Americans, because here the people, they just like, wow, she's an American, she has blue eyes, she's white skin, she's blonde, things like that. So maybe it's one of the most common stereotypes of beauty in our country. But in general, we have different kind of hair. So we have the curly hair, the black hair, and they are beauty as well. But the most important thing is just to be all the time with a good makeup, not very, you know, with a lot of makeup, but a good makeup with a very nice hair, and the nails with color, you know, very detailed. Even if you are only going to the supermarket to buy bananas, just to be presented all the time and to be beauty, because you never know when are you going to meet your husband. Okay. That's what we say. So you need to be presented all the time.
So now it's time to spin the wheel. Random amount of USDC will be appear on the screen, and this amount I will send it to your cryptocurrency wallet as a prize. Ready?
That's great. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. Then stop. What we have? 20. Okay.
So 20, I will send it to your cryptocurrency wallet.
So now also we will spin an NFT wheel, and we will see which NFT from which section you will win. Okay?
Okay.
Ultimate rare.
Ultimate rare. Okay.
Very good one.
Thank you very much for participating today and explaining everything. It was very nice. It was very interesting.
Thanks to you, because I really want that the people know what is the real Colombia, and to just erase the stereotype, the bad stereotypes that people have. So thanks to you, and thanks to everybody to watch this video.